Allemande. Let's now analyze this Allemande. This is a very beautiful Allemande, and I've already written the most important things, so we can go very fast. First of all, let's listen to this beautiful Allemande. Okay, then what is very interesting in the Allemande? First of all, the figure. We have something which is very thematic. Ta-ta, yadera-tonto, la-tan-tam, this rhythm. Ta-da-da-dun-dun-tam-pam-pam, imitated in the bass, with the imitation in the bass. Fa, mi, re, mi, fa, sol, mi, re, sol, la, fa, mi, la, sol, la, mi, fa, mi, re, mi, fa, sol, la. Then, personally, I won't play this in time, because this is a gesture, imagine gesture. Ta-da-da-dum, ta-da-da-dum. This is the meaning here. And the beginning can be identified as a sol fa mi pattern. Why? Sol fa. Because we have ton, sol, ra, sol. Imagine this something arriving to sol. Sol. The harmony 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6. Here is clear. With the suspension, where we have mi already in the bass line. So it's a very interesting variant of a standard sol fa mi, which is in the Partimento method. Join the Partimento method to study musical composition, which in stage 6.14, the stage about the sol fa mi, but here is a little bit different. Instead of fa, fa, mi, fa in the bass line, here we have this, which is fa, fa, mi, la, in order to continue the melody but down, to give a more strong downbeat. is also a third with the middle voice. Thirds are very important. And this is very interesting. We have something ascending, so like a little monte, very little monte. Fa mi re do do fa fa fa, sol fa mi re re sol sol mi. We can imagine, but this is spread between the various voices. Here, fa mi re do do fa fa fa, sol fa mi fa re sol sol mi. This way we create variety instead of something which can be monotonous. Here, and also we will need to prepare the G, so the seventh, for example, from this note. Understanding this kind of analysis means being able to make other versions of some parts. For example, if you want to continue to have something which is the same in a top voice, a normal sequence, a regular progression, we need then so fa mi re la re, for example, or something like this to have mi, because then we have the double cadence. So but it's more monotonous because more similar, because the compositional element will be entirely in the melody. This way is spread between the tenor and the melody. And then double cadence. Mi, fa, mi, fa. Remember to study the double cadence. We are in the Partimento method, chapter 5, stage 6.6, stage 4.1, 2, 3, 4, 4.4. The Partimento method is a very big course where you can learn to compose music. There are a lot of exercises with this system of combining patterns, combining elements, and when you know separately each element, you have the freedom then to combine them as you want, as you prefer. And the analysis, the work we are doing now, is the following step. After you know all the patterns, let's see how the composers of the past combine them in order to recombine also them as so that we can recombine them in the style. Mi fa, mi fa, mi fa, mi fa. And here we have the very first cadence of the Allemande. Let's play up to this point. Fa, fa, sol, sol, la, mi, fa, mi, sol. Now, here the pattern is very clear. We have this melody moving down up to a 6-4-2. Sol, fa, fa, mi. Here is a sol, fa, fa, mi. Sol, fa, fa, mi. Nothing more than that. And we could also recognize la, sol, fa, mi, something like a prelude actually. La, sol, so, since this is the continuation, this la, sol, fa, mi is very coherent to be a prelude where we have a very big enhance on sol fa, fa mi, due to the imitations between the dialogue, more than imitation between the bass and the melody. Mi fa sol la, do 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 ru, 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 la, mi, fa, re, mi, fa, sol, sol, re, mi. This way. And from this point, then we go to the final cadence of the first part. Mi, fa, sol, la, fa, re, fa, mi, re, do, which is a gallant cadence because if you analyze the bass line, fa, mi, re, do, this takes parallel thirds. Something which this takes, which is a gallant cadence because of the parallel thirds or parallel sixth. In the Partimento method, we are in chapter 4, stage, so 4.5, yes. Fa, mi, re, ut, this way. Okay, and then the cadence. Which is a following cadence confirming the ending. So a very thetic point where the first part finishes. Second part, very interesting. Now, this is the first phrase of the second part. What is very interesting here? The bass line, sol, fa, mi, re, do. But we can also conceive this as the starting, the beginning of la, sol, fa, mi, re. And the overlapping of the two descending pentachords, sol, fa, mi, re, do, la, sol, fa, mi, re, is what creates the modulation to A minor. We could also continue la, sol, fa, mi, re, sol, fa, mi, re, do, la, sol, fa, mi, re, doing a modulation this way to D minor, so F major and D minor, C major, A minor, F major, D minor. And let's see if we are able combining this pattern, which you of course have to study, because otherwise if you don't study them, how can you also recognize them in the Partimento method, and then now recombine them with another phrase after arriving to D minor. Let's see. Sol, fa, mi, la, sol, la, fa. Perfect. Now we need to move we need to go to F major. Fa, sol, fa, mi. Then we have this. La, sol, la, fa. So what I'm doing, I'm just repeating this part. Mi, la, sol, fa, mi, la, sol, fa, mi, re, with the same melodies moving down. Listen to it again, let's play it slower. Won't sing, otherwise singing the bass, think to the melody, too many things at the same time. Pay attention to the melodies and the bass line. And if we like, we can go to a cadence to D minor. But our direction is different because we don't have this other part. But being able to deconstruct and reconstruct and decomposing and recomposing them is very important. So let's continue. And this is a cadence to A minor, phrase, finished, another phrase. It's very important to have a clear cadence to the opposite key in the second part. We can find this in a lot of Allemande, and also Marburg said this, brought this somewhere, to have a cadence, clear cadence in the middle of the second part of a dance. Mi, fa, la, sol, fa, mi, fa, la, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol. Here is very interesting because we have la, sol, fa, mi, mi, fa in hexachord C ut, and then la, sol, fa, mi, fa in the hexachord which is G ut, leaping then to G, sol, this way. Because we have an half cadence, mi, fa, re, with this escape tone, escapada. I learned that in Spanish we can call this escapada. Again, mi, fa, la, sol, fa, mi. We have the melody, sol, sol, la, fa super la. Re, mi, fa, sol, 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 fa, mi, fa. Here, sol, fa, mi, something very similar to what we had before. Sol, fa, mi, this time instead of from D, from G. So in the hexachord C ut instead of the hexachord on G ut. Sol, fa, mi, this way. Again. And it's a very shame that here we don't have the scale, because this cadence, let's use another color, orange, this cadence is exactly the C major version of what we have here. As you can see, the cadence in the middle of the second part in the minor key is very important, so it has a very important structural function that we can find at the end of the second part. So now let's, at least in the when we play variation the second time, let's add the scale, because we don't create any kind of error. They are not parallel fifths or other things. So let's do it. It's very beautiful, and personally I like to add an octave here and also another octave in the cadence before here. I need an octave, pom, pom, this way. Sol, fa, mi, sol, sol, la, fa, mi. So here we have two phrases up to this point. Phrase number 1 finishes here, and phrase number 2 finishes here. And then we have the last phrase, which starts here and finishes with the final cadence. So the second part has 3 phrases. This way. Okay, let's play one more time the Allemande from the beginning to the end, because this Allemande is very, very, very beautiful. Remember to join Patreon. I don't know if this video will be public on the series only on Patreon, because some of them I'll publish some of them, and others I'll keep on Patreon to authenticate through Musicus Practicus. But in any case, if this video will be public, join